Hey guys, we are, I guess, live now. I'm, of course, Paul Glasgow. We're going to wait for our room to fill up a little bit here. I've got a bunch of stuff going on tonight. So, as our guests trickle into the room, we will slowly but surely fill up a little bit. And I'm kind of getting all my stuff in order here because I got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about tonight. A lot of kind of cool stuff. And pretty much one really big topic that we're going to go over tonight. As always, I am drinking a cold one. It's Friday night. I'm not driving anywhere. If you guys are hanging out with me at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, feel free to grab you a cold beer and join me because mine is cold right now. A lot of times I wait till the end of the show before I get to drink this thing and it's hot. So I'm going to try to condition myself to drink it before it gets hot tonight. That's one way to do it, right? All right, again, I'm Paul Glasgow, Legally Armed America. A couple things. Let's see. Let me show you something that I'm kind of happy with. Pretty cool. A new t-shirt that we have. I got another one coming next week that's pretty awesome, but this one's pretty cool. This is a Legally Armed America shirt. And of course, it's backwards because we're on YouTube right now and you're looking at it mirrored version. But what it says is average guy who puts in the range time, and it's got our website at the bottom, but I thought that was pretty cool. Comes in army green with the gold lettering on it, so nothing on the back, but cool shirt. I like this one. I really like this one. That's one that some of ours can be offensive to the rainbow warriors out there that are anti-gun, but for the most part, we try to keep it kind of, I guess, family friendly if we can. Kind of reposition this so you guys can see what I'm about to talk about. Okay, there's 34 of us in here right now, so I'm gonna just wait a couple of minutes. In fact, you know what I'll do? I'll do our traditional shout outs right now like we typically do. Let's see here. Let me pull you guys up. Let me pull the feed up. And then I'll do that real quick, and then we'll get into our other stuff that I want to talk about. Let's see here. We've got a lot of old friends in here that come and join us on Friday nights. Richard Portella's in here, super duper paratrooper. Ryan Westall, Noah Adams, all guys we see in here a lot. Thanks for joining us again. Appreciate that, guys. Let's see, Screaming Skull Saloon. I haven't seen you here before. Welcome to our show on Friday night. Hugh Anon or Annan, the Archangel, Shepherd, Roland Garcia, all guys that buddies that we see in here, fun with guns as well. Rob Avis, Andrew Dalton Ray, Tennessee Patriot, Gabriel Gomez, Roland Garcia, I already said that. Neptune Blues, Bob Catberry, I guess that's what that is. Bob says new fan right here. Thank you. Welcome. Oh, and Neptune Blues is from Switzerland. Nice to see you on here, Switzerland. Let's see. Andrew Dalton Ray is asking, what are your opinions on CCW badges for people that conceal carry? I think it's stupid. Yes. Good question early on like that. Anyone who wears a concealed carry badge and an actual badge that says that you are a concealed carry permit holder, and if you actually flaunt or show that badge or show off that badge, you are a douchebag. I'm sorry. You just are. That's not... The word concealed and concealed carry means something. It means that you're carrying a gun that is concealed. When you say that you are carrying a concealed gun, while the gun's still concealed, the element of surprise is kind of gone. And what that really tells me is you wish you had a real badge. There's a way to get a real badge. You join law enforcement. But there could be a price to pay when you do that. So it always bothers me when I see those concealed carry badges because it makes me feel like this is a person who wants to have the recognition of a law enforcement officer but doesn't want to commit and take on the danger that goes along with it. So I hate them. Even if it wasn't for that aspect of the douchebaggery aspect of it, I just think it's a horrible idea. Again, one thing you have to be careful with, if you have to shoot somebody, when you get taken to court, it's very possible that you could get nailed for impersonating a police officer. So there's probably some legal stuff in there you kind of got to watch out for too, but I'm not a fan of those. I'm not a fan. I mean, if you get one, put it on your desk as kind of a joke to your buddies, or, you know, on your locker or whatever. You know what I mean? I mean, you could get one and do something with it. Don't wear it. Don't wear it. That's completely silly. I would not mess with that. Let's see. Willie Dick. Hey, what's up? Fly. Looks like L1011 from Palm Beach. Hello. How's it going in Palm Beach? I'm actually coming to you guys from Lake Charles, Louisiana. Any of you guys who aren't familiar with our show. And again, I'm just trying to do the early shout outs because so many people come in the room. I like to give it a chance for the folks to come in before we get into our content. Let's see. A Screaming Skull from Hank Strange podcast says Archangel. Okay, well, welcome. If you guys are coming from Hank Strange's podcast, good. Glad to have you guys here. Jared's in. Glad to see you in the room, Jared. Hugh and Annan, I had a feeling that you were huge ass. I had a feeling that was you. Let's see. Shark Chucker, welcome to the room. Let's see. A couple more. Max Jenner, Alvy Clark. Alvy says, I just found your channel a few weeks ago. I like the content. Thanks for creating a cool channel supporting the Second Amendment. No, thank you. Because if nobody watches us or looks at our videos, it's like a tree falling in the forest. So, I mean, thank you guys. You know, having people that are supporters of ours and work with us and talk with us and give us quality feedback. You know, what you guys are doing here in this feedback section is no different than the feedback section on YouTube or anywhere else where you're giving your feedback. Look, I, for one, don't mind negative feedback. I really don't. I cherish all of that, and I try to use it to better our videos. And our videos have gotten better because of you guys. You know, when you guys point out something that we're doing wrong or we should do differently, we try to apply that. Yeah, we might get our feelings hurt a little bit because there is a little bit of effort involved in what we do. So sometimes when you really bust your butt at something and there's some critical feedback, yeah, sometimes obviously it doesn't hurt our feelings because you know, we're big boys. But sometimes you're like, oh man, you know, I thought I nailed it with that, but I really screwed up with that. So, I mean, we do take that all in consideration. So we appreciate the feedback, even if it is negative. Now, there's just some jerks out there that try to do stupid stuff. I don't tolerate the jerks, to be quite honest with you. I've actually been chastised on my YouTube content before where people think that I should turn the other cheek and be the better person. No, if somebody's being a total ass about something, I'm not letting it go. Sorry. I'm not mature enough to do that. I'm not just letting stuff go. If something needs to be dealt with, I deal with it. That's just kind of the way we do it. So, but I really appreciate you guys, the feedback on here, on these live streams, and on our videos, of course. Let's see. What else do we have here? I just want to real quick, a couple of you guys. But again, Alvy Clark, thank you for joining us, man. He says he's a new follower, and I appreciate that. Keith Gregory's in the room. Cobra Commander. Looks like Z50 is in here. Let's see. CLM, I think. Let's see. Jason Gossett. I think that's pretty much a lot of the new ones. Tim Red Feathers is in here. Joe Pateley. Gulf City Freedom. Okay, let's see. A couple of questions right here. Not trolling. Thoughts on Israel's influence in American politics and the coincidences with them at the top of all major cops and government institutions. That's a totally different topic for a totally different show. Probably doesn't fit into our content right here. Not that it's not something I'd be willing to talk about, but not here and not today. Archangel asks, what are your thoughts on the Caracal 816-556? I got to get my hands on one. You know, I've talked to those guys at SHOT Show and NRA Show and some of the other venues like that, and they seem to be coming out with some pretty cool stuff. Their pistol that they have, I forget what it's called, but it's a polymer gun, a Glock style gun. They put their sights up towards the front, which gives it a shorter sight radius, but it's a different configuration altogether. And I haven't gotten my hands on it yet to shoot it. Well, I take that back. We've shot it at SHOT Show, but we haven't done a full-blown review on it. Haven't had one in my possession here. So when we do, I will let you guys know. But I have no experience with the 5.56 at this point. Based on what I've seen with their polymer striker-fired gun, it looks to be a pretty nice gun. So we shall see. Yeah, Fun with Guns says, been blowing chat up about the t-shirts. Keep doing it, man. Keep sending chat emails. You know, we've got a lot of t-shirts, including this is one that we can't sell. We'll get in trouble if you can see it. Down here in Louisiana, we're Tiger fans, and this one says, oh gosh, Uninfringed Tiger, because we're looking at it backwards here. I'm trying to read it backwards. But yeah, Uninfringed Tiger. The problem is these NCAA teams make so much money. They don't even want you making something purple and gold that says Tiger on it because it could insinuate the LSU Tigers, which it does. So my thoughts is we make them and we distribute them until we get hit with a cease and desist letter, right? You can't go to jail for that. So anyway, that's the way it's going to be, LSU. We have some other ones for some other college teams too that we've done. Keith Gregory says Crimson Tide. Yeah, whatever. We gave you guys Nick Saban. No, Nick Saban, he's the best coach, best college coach probably ever. One of the things I want to talk about, how many guys we got in the room now? Yeah, we can go ahead. We've kind of got a decent sized room now. Guys, we talked about it a little bit last Friday, and again, I'm going to grab me a sip of my brew. We have always tried to do things ourselves. We do so much more than what we have on our YouTube channel right here. We created probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, Gun District, which Gun District is a replacement for Facebook. It's a social media place just for gun guys. It's got 80 to 100,000 people on it right now. There's some bugs in it right now that we need to go fix because we've been devoting our attention on some other things. And unfortunately, any of those platforms like that require full-time work. They require tech guys to be looking at it, making modifications, updates, security updates, just a number of things. Things out there change in the old great World Wide Web, and you have to keep up with those. So on Gun District, we probably have a few things here and there that we need to go in there and tweak. But for the most part, we have a pretty solid following on there and a lot of gun guys in there exchanging information. We did that because Facebook was throttling back the reach for everybody on Facebook, all the gun companies. So, of course, they were discriminating against them as well. So that's why we created Gun District. Well, if you guys will remember, and of course you do because you're here on YouTube, YouTube started doing the same thing a couple of years ago. Giving companies like us strikes that did not deserve them. I had a video that overnight got probably 40,000 views on it whenever the, oh gosh, the Las Vegas shooting took place. And first thing I noticed was people mischaracterizing bumpfire stocks. So I put together a quick video on bumpfire stocks, and within a couple of weeks it had 1 million views. Well, of course, when you have a highly watched or heavily watched video, you pretty much, once something goes viral, like if within the gun community, when something is popular, just popular, like some of our videos are just popular, mostly gun guys are the ones looking at them, right? But when you get something that goes viral, it gets outside of that. You know what I mean? It moves beyond the gun community. Then it picks up the liberals. It's like a dog turd. You know what I mean? It picks stuff up. Unfortunately, that's what it turns into, a dog turd, because you get all these antis out there and all these people where their feelings get hurt. It was a simple video describing how a bump fire works. Not saying go shoot somebody. Not saying that I want to shoot you with this gun. Nothing like that. It was simply, this is a bump fire stock, and this is how it works. It was a how-to video, not even a how-to. It's a what is video is what it was. Well, we got strikes against it because the liberals like, it's promoting violence and this and that, which it absolutely was not. In fact, it's back up now if you want to look at it. It's not promoting violence. They give us a strike, and some of you will remember because we were doing live streams at the time, when you get your first strike, they also remove your ability to do live streams like what we're watching right now. So our ability to do live streams was gone also. And we were put in a corner for 3 months on probation. Once you get 3 strikes, your whole channel is gone. Well, we got 100 and something thousand people that are subscribers of ours and 20 million views. So it's a lot you don't want to lose, you know. Well, they did all that and for no reason. And we appealed. I sent some pretty strong worded appeals out there. A lot of during that time, I was doing interviews with Time Magazine, Huffington Post, all these liberal outlets, CBS, ABC, what is it? What's the public broadcasting? PBS. All of those, all the liberal outlets. I was doing all of them. And the thing is, all these liberal outlets that were interviewing me were taking my video and posting it on their own websites, on their liberal websites. So when YouTube yanked the video and deleted it, all these liberal outlets now did not have, they had a dead link on all their pages where they were running this story. So I contacted YouTube and I was like, look, you might not like the fact that we have this video out there for whatever reason, but all your liberal friends were using it. They were all posting on their websites. And I gave them a bunch of links and I was like, go to all your friends' liberal websites and you're going to see there's dead links on there because you guys have deleted the video. So they were screwing their own left-wing buddies by not giving them the content that they wanted to post on their websites along with the interviews. Anyway, long story short, I figured I lost my appeal because it went on for 2.5 months. And it was leading in the SHOT Show, and I was supposed to be getting my my live stream capabilities back. And all of a sudden, one day, I started noticing that suddenly there were comments on the bump fire stock video, and I was like, "Well, how could there be comments on it? They deleted the video. YouTube deleted it." And I went and looked, and the video was out there. That's how. I don't want to use the S word because I'm trying to keep it as clean as I can. That's how chicken blank YouTube is. They granted my appeal, reinstated the video, reinstated my live stream capabilities without telling me. It was like they knew they were wrong, but they didn't want to admit they were wrong, so they quietly reinstated my video. Anyway, that's how they do their business. They're very, very anti-gun. With that being said, I know that was a long way to get where I'm going. We have been working for quite some time, doing some programming with a German company that writes code and does a number of things that we liked and we wanted them to do. We created I know there's some other places out there like that before anybody gets started. We created our own alternative to YouTube. We tried to put a little more thought into it. We did not want to be like we did on Gun District and create a place just for gun guys, mainly because we know that gun guys like a whole lot of other things in life, and it's not just guns. I think I would be safe to say that most of us on here have additional hobbies of some sort, whether it's fishing, bow hunting, I don't know, playing with our dogs, or skateboarding, bicycling, trail riding, off-roading. There's a number of things that we do, but one thing that's usually pretty common is we like outdoor related stuff. A lot of us are kind of outdoor guys and we like to do outdoorsy type stuff. So we created the alternative to YouTube and we call it Prove It. Our tagline is, if it's not here, it didn't happen. ProveIt.video is the website. You guys are more than welcome to go look at it. We have written the code for it. We've created it. We've been testing it for a couple of weeks now. It is still kind of in a, quote, beta stage, but it's beta enough where we would like for you guys to be our beta testers. We would like for you guys to go out there and create your own user account, upload videos, go look at videos. I've put out tons of in fact, I'm uploading one right now, literally on my screen here. We've put tons of our own content out there. Right now, it's just our content. You're going to see just Legally Armed America content. That's kind of proof that this is our baby, too, because we're the only ones that have anything out there. But we want you guys to create your own accounts. We want you to go out there, and we want you to go through this thing. And we want you to give us positive or negative feedback, whatever you think works, doesn't work. We are trying to replace YouTube. We make no mistake about that. We are trying to replace them. But we're not necessarily trying to create the exact same thing. We want to take that YouTube experience and include it with how we can do things here. But we've got some other neat things planned for later on that we can tell you about later on. But one of the cool things that we actually offer here it's kind of neat. We tried to roll in kind of, I guess the best way I can describe it. Let me show you. We tried to roll in the kind of like an Instagram portion of what we do. What I mean by that is you can post pictures also. This is Prove It. This is our, oh gosh, this is horrible with the reflection. This is basically, it's probably better if I just do it like this. Yeah, that's not good. That's pretty bad. I think the glare is so bad on that, you're not going to be able to see anything. I wonder if I turn, look, let me turn some lights off. Turn some lights off. That's what's giving us the glare. There's one. All right, there's the other one. Now that we're in the dark, here you go. Now we can see that. Okay, this is the website now, okay? The cool thing is we have taken the ability to post pictures in here also. So you will notice that if we scroll down, this is the main page right here. Let me try to get where you can see it. If you scroll down, you'll notice down below here, this is an activity section down here. And again, of course, my YouTube, let me brighten my screen up. Oh gosh, sorry. Of course, I have my iPad set to where whenever the lights are dimmed, this thing dims also. So let me get to my, where is it at? God dang it. Display and brightness right here. Here we go. Whoa. All right. You'll notice that on the bottom down here, there's an activity area. It says right there, it says activity list. So what it is, it's kind of like a feed on Facebook. So even though the top of ProveIt.video is going to resemble YouTube and how videos are listed, and I'll get more into the detail here in a little bit, you're going to have down here more of a social media function. So when you create your user account, you could go on to this particular video right here, which we're going into now, or not, yeah, that's a video. You could go in there and actually, same old thing, you know, make your comments, leave your comments, and all that good stuff. Get back out. Okay, so you could go in there and leave your comments and do everything you want. This is at the actual feed right here. This is our page. See the Legally Own America page? Get back up one more. So being on this activity list, you could make comments on here and then scroll through there and look at it. You could like it. I don't know if you can unlike it. I actually don't know about that. But it's pretty cool because we can also put, where is it? Let me find it here. Let me load more. Here it is. Kind of like Instagram, you can post pictures also. So this was a posted picture that was in there. It's just a meme. It's got MP3, MP4, and then MP5, and then it's got Ron Jeremy saying, well, that escalated quickly. And then you can come down here and you can make comments on it. So it's very similar to, it's not just like Instagram, obviously, but it is picture-based. So our feelings were we could include video and pictures on here, giving us the ability to create, again, this whole activity area down here that would give our viewers the opportunity to engage in some social media type stuff, create their own users. You can actually message in between. You can private message amongst people, or you can leave comments on there. You'll also notice we have focused on, of course, again, I like the tagline. If it's not here, it didn't happen. Kind of like if, you know, show me the video to prove that it happened. But we've got some pretty cool stuff here. We're trying to focus on, let me click on the categories. I want you to see this. We've tried to focus on the outdoor community. We're looking for those active lifestyle type people, you know, people who are getting out doing things and whatnot. So you'll see a lot of our categories right here. And I'm having a hard time seeing this. So I got to turn it every now and then to read it. Let's see. We've got animals, archery, automotive/vehicles, cooking, drones/RC, education, extreme sports, events, entertainment, firearms. Firearms has tons of different categories under it. Fitness, knives and edged tools, science, news, music, sports, and travel. So far, that's our categories. Now, we can create as many categories as we want to that you can tag your videos with and put them in that particular category. So when you want to go look for them, they're there. But you also can, we can create as many subcategories as we want to. So if you notice in this archery category right here, I'm not enough into archery to know some of the subcategories that might apply that archery guys might want. So you guys could suggest that to us, what subcategories would work under a place like archery, and we can very easily go in there and create that subcategory so you guys can send your friends and folks like that to those particular categories and subcategories. So it's kind of cool. There's some neat stuff that we can do, that we are going to do, and I got to tell you, I'm super excited about this. I'm going to turn the lights back on now. Let's see here. This is something that we've been working on for quite some time. And I got to tell you, man, I'm not a computer wizard, so this stuff is not easy to me. It doesn't come easy to me. But I know what I want. You know what I mean? I know how I want it to function. I got to tell you, a big hats off to Chad. Chad Marino is definitely one of our strongest team members and part of our Legally Armed America team since the day we started. Chad has been a huge the driving force behind this. Chad understands the technical stuff. I understand what we want and what we'd like to have it do. Chad understands how to put those things together and find the right people in the tech world who can make these things happen. And this was something that, again, I know there's other websites out there that are doing this. I get that, and I nothing against them. You know, this is not me saying don't do anything with anybody else, because I actually was on. I just happened to be on YouTube the other night. I think it was Thursday night, maybe. I guess that was last night or the night before. I forget which night it was. And Hank Strange's live stream, and two guys were on there that do something very similar to this. And you know, my thing is, everybody can do things their own way. We do have our own vision of how we want this to work and what we're trying to accomplish with this. And although it pretty much aligns with everybody else out there who's trying to do this, we're trying to make it a little bit more broad. I would love to bring other people in that might not be quite open to guns. And let's face it, there's a lot of people out there, you know, health people and you know, people that just do other things out there in the outdoor world who may not necessarily be gun guys. And my intent, my goal is that if we can do, obviously, if you go look at the subcategories, firearms is by far the largest one. I mean, all my videos are tagged in firearms pretty much. So we know that's going to be the predominant category. We know that's going to be the predominant draw. We know that most gun guys, it's all going to be, you know, most of it's going to be gun type material. But my feeling is, if we open our doors and welcome in other people from other areas that may not be gun guys, what if we convince 5%? I don't want to say the anti-gun group, because I think the anti-gun group has a screw loose, and I don't think they'll ever be on our side. But if we convince 5% of the people out there that we're really not bad guys, and if we can condition them to hear our message and to understand our message about the Second Amendment, it's going to come down to votes in some of these states. I don't think federally, but in these states, I really do think it will come down to votes. I really do think it will come down to contacting congressmen and senators. And if we can convince just a handful of these people to take our side, and look, maybe they don't take our side enough to where they vote with us, but at least they don't vote against us. At least Bob's not canceling my vote out. My vote means something because Bob stayed home, because I've convinced him not to vote against my vote enough to where at least he's not voting at all. Yeah, I'd much rather convince Bob to vote with me, but if I can't, at least he doesn't cancel my vote out. So ultimately, that's what we're looking for. It's not a trick. It's not a mind game. It's that people who believe in the Constitution and believe in the fairness of how the Constitution was penned and how the Second Amendment is worded and what it means are fair-minded people. We are. We're fair-minded people. I don't mind telling anybody that. I'll argue with anybody about that. We are logical, fair-minded people. And I feel like if you can convince somebody to just take a second and listen to me, listen to what I'm telling you, and if you will sit down rationally and listen to me, you will see that I'm not trying to trick you into thinking like me. I'm trying to give you enough logic and enough information and enough history and enough rational thought to where you're actually going to sit back and go with your own educated mind and say, he's right. This guy's right. So that's my goal. My goal is if we get enough of these folks out there that are rational people, that maybe we convince them, hopefully, ultimately, they end up voting with us. Because that's the common goal here. I don't want to create this website to be strictly guns. I don't want that. Because unfortunately, we learn by our mistakes. We did that with Gun District to give gun guys a safe place to be. We are going to change Gun District eventually to Outdoor District. Same concept of what we have here on Prove It, or we're going to have on Prove It. So that's what our goal is. We realized that we were short-sighted in creating Gun District, that it should have been inclusive to everything outdoor. Now, we are being pretty, obvious about what we want to do, that we want to include this outdoor community because we feel like those are this type of people that are the movers and shakers of the world, I'm not saying that a guy that sits home knitting potholders, with his free time with pasty white skin, I'm not saying that he doesn't agree with our cause. There's some guys out there like that. But I do think the more active lifestyle that typically winds up outside, outdoors, is more of the mover and shaker kind of guy that we're looking for. They're more active, and I feel like they're more likely to help us get our word out whenever we're ready to or when we need to. And I'm not talking about some little secret word or something like that. I'm talking about defending the Second Amendment whenever we need to. Defending the Constitution in general, because that's what bothers me. We don't have a First Amendment right according to the people on the left, and we shouldn't have a Second Amendment right according to the people on the left. They can mouth off and do as many things as they want to in the open media, and it doesn't matter because they all agree with their way of thinking. But the second you don't agree with their way of thinking, suddenly you're a Nazi and you shouldn't be able to speak, and they try to silence you. I have never been an anti-fan or a fan of Alex Jones. Either way, I said this last week on the show, that Alex Jones has a way of having 5% of what he says makes you scratch your head, go, dang, that guy's right. You can confirm what he says. You're like, man, he's on the money. And then the rest of the stuff he says is just crazy. Now, I say it's crazy because I'm not doing the research to confirm whether it is wrong or not. Alex Jones could be 100% correct for all I know. But the way his delivery is, it's taken the wrong way by a lot of people, and he turns people off. Facebook, YouTube, all those guys that silenced Alex Jones had the American right to silence him. Doesn't mean it was the right thing to do. It's not the right thing to do. On ProveIt.video, you know who we're going to silence? We're going to silence the racists. We're going to silence the Islamic radical Islamists. You're not going to find videos of ISIS beheading reporters on ProveIt.video. We'll dump that in a heartbeat. That will be out of here. Anything inappropriate, we're not going. If some of these wacko left-wing institutions out there that are trying to promote pedophilia and make pedophilia acceptable, it's not going to happen here. It's not going to happen. We will use our right as a private institution to drop the ban hammer on that stuff. I'm not going to allow that. However, if an anti-gun group, seriously guys, listen to me here. If an anti-gun group wants to create an account, which is free, by the way, nothing costs any money. If an anti-gun group, every town of crazy women or whatever it's called, if they want to create an anti-gun group on ProveIt.video, we will not jack with them. Now, people, they better have thick skin, because they're wading into waters where people are probably going to have a little bit of a problem with them, and they're going to get comments. Now, we're not going to let them, let people make death threats or, violent threats or anything like that. We're not going to tolerate that. But if they want to create an account here, we're okay with that. They can even spew their lies like they do everywhere else. They can lie on ProveIt.video. We're okay with that too. That's the thing about the difference between us and, say, Facebook and Twitter. See, they don't agree with Alex Jones. It doesn't mean that they can prove he's wrong, because they haven't proven he's wrong. They just say he's spreading misinformation. We're going to allow people to spread bad information. We're going to allow the Everytown people, the Bloomberg groups that are making a whole bunch of money on this anti-gun cause. We will allow them to set up shop on ProveIt.video and speak their side of it. The beauty of it is they're going to hear our side also. And what if some of their people who are full-blown on their side now see our side and realize that they slowly back away and realize that we're not such bad guys after all. That's what I'm after here. Again, we're not going to get our feelings hurt like the left does and just block somebody because we don't like what they have to say. If it's appropriate, I don't care what the content is. I don't care if I agree with it 100% or 1% or 0%. We're not going to mess with the content as long as it's appropriate, not racist, not inappropriate, and not promoting some kind of sex crap that the left is trying to. Again, guys, I'm really bothered by the fact that the left is working so hard to normalize pedophilia and middle-aged men having sex with little kids. I have a real problem with that. I've got a 9-year-old son, guys, and I have a real problem with that, to the point where I will drop the band hammer in a heartbeat on that kind of. We're not going to allow that crap. If they pass a law saying that it's legal, that stuff will never find its way on ProveIt.video. We're going to keep this as clean as we possibly can. We don't have the Pope over here working as an administrator on ProveIt.video. So people can say all the ugly stuff they want. They can use, foul language. We're just not going to allow inappropriate content. That's all. They can say what they want. But we also want to keep it to the point where, I can click through any video I want to watch and not feel like I'm being, horridly offended in some kind of way. But again, guys, we're going to open the doors to pretty much anybody. You guys are literally, I don't know how any else I can say this. You're literally the first persons that we have said outside of the tech team that's been working on this project. You are the first group of people. Chad and I had a conversation on the phone earlier. I was driving over and I was, letting him know what all I wanted to talk to you guys about. Make sure that I had my ducks in a row, that I was going to disseminate what I was going to say properly. You are the first group of people that we have pitched this to. We strongly encourage you to go to ProveIt.video, create an account, and do anything you would normally do with YouTube. Upload videos, but also upload pictures. We're happy to do that too. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to be looking at your content. I'm going to be commenting on it, liking it, whatever. But we want you to use the site. Right now, there is not an app available. And I said right now there's not an app available. Excuse me. We will make one. There is going to be an app in the making. It's just not there yet. We're right now what we wanted to do, we wanted to get the website operational, fully functional to where you could use it. Now, it's totally optimized as far as your phone will do the same thing as this. It will optimize everything, make the screen work however it needs to be on your smart device. Obviously, and I'm streaming from my phone, so I can't show you on the phone. But obviously, your phone is going to be a little bit different. It's going to resize things and all that. So it works perfectly fine from the browser that you have on your phone. So don't think for 1 minute that, oh, there's no app, I can't use it. Of course you can use it. Again, these sites are all optimized. Most good sites nowadays are optimized to where whenever you pull it up on your browser on your phone, it's going to resize it to where it looks just like an app. What you can do is you can bookmark that page and drag the icon onto your main screen on your device and just use that anytime you want to go onto it. It's going to bring you into your browser, but it'll take you straight to that page. So that's what we'd like for you to do for now. We are going to get the app developed. We're going to have to test the app a little bit. Once the app is tested, that should be a pretty quick turnaround. I don't think it's going to take very long. But once we get the app tested, make it available, we'll let you guys know. And again, we'll probably do the same thing. Pitch it to you guys first. Let you go use the app first. Tell us what you think. Find out if there's any bugs in there, because that's the thing we're trying to find out. We're trying to look for bugs and things of that nature. Another thing, revenue sharing. Yes, at some point, not right now, we don't have Google money, right? You guys know we don't have Google money. That's why this is taking so long. Google could do the things we've done. That took us a year to do. They could do it in a month. They got the money. We don't. But at some point, a couple things that will happen. We will have it set up to where you guys, if you make money off your videos now on YouTube, the same thing will happen on ProveIt.video. Another cool thing that we're going to have is very similar to how Patreon works. Those of you who honor some of the Patreon sites as far as giving them money, we will have a token system set up to where you can go out there and we'll have there may be like exclusive videos or just videos in general. Let's say the Iraq veteran guys have a channel on here. Well, you can go buy, let's say each token is equivalent to $1. One token equals $1. So you go out there and you buy 20 tokens. Well, if you're watching an Iraq veteran video and you like it, you can actually donate to his channel. If it's set up to accommodate this, you could donate 1 token to him, $1. You could donate 5 tokens to him. So we'll have a token system set up to where you'll basically have a bank. You'll buy tokens. I believe we'll be using PayPal. I'm pretty sure that's who we're going to use. And you'll be able to donate tokens. So that's going to be, there's going to be a direct way to give money to a group that you like or a channel that you like. Anybody. It could be somebody that, one way we look at it, I use YouTube a lot. I use YouTube a ton for videos. In fact, most of the stuff that we're trying to get on here on ProveIt.video is stuff that I've already searched for on YouTube and found, and it's been helpful. If I want to make a modification or change something on my truck or my Jeep or my wife's car or something like that, I search for it on YouTube. Well, what if you just had a guy, what if you'd come on ProveIt.video under the automotive section and you're having trouble with an air filter on a certain vehicle, an old vehicle? What if you find a video and it's very helpful? You can turn around and give that guy 5 of your tokens, like $5, and say, hey, look, dude, I appreciate your help. This was really helpful to me. There's times when I wish I could have given money to a content creator on YouTube because I found that they were so helpful and they cut through the BS, all the crap. I don't want to see slow motion videos and all that. Look, if I'm trying to change a wax seal on a toilet, I don't need you to do it in slow motion to some nice theatrical music. Just show me how to change the damn wax seal. You know what I mean? I appreciate those kind of videos that get right to the point. And that's what we feel like we can do. If you guys find a helpful video, gunsmithing video, anything like that, that's either helpful or you really enjoyed it or you appreciated the effort that went into it, maybe that our content providers can actually make a little bit of money because you guys, as a quote fan, are directly thanking them monetarily. My thinking is, if there's somebody out there, I would much rather see a guy make a living making videos and make enough money making videos because he's good at it than have to make some halfway videos because he doesn't have time to do it because he's got a crap job that he's got to go work for 12 hours a day to support his family. Hey, you know what? Maybe if we can actually give these people the money they need to do the things they're good at, which is making good videos, now maybe they can devote more time to making even better videos, and I'm going to be giving them even more money because they're doing such a good job making their videos. I like the way we will be able to directly reward a guy. Kind of the way Patreon does it. I'm not totally familiar with Patreon. I just know what they're, kind of how they're set up. But I like this idea of being able to directly reward a guy. So if we can get the best of both worlds, I would love to have the best of both worlds. In other words, if we're running pre-roll videos, if I put a video out about, I don't know, a Glock, all right, there may be a pre-roll video from Ruger, that just like YouTube, that you got to watch first, and then all of a sudden it goes into my video. I made a little money off of that Ruger sponsorship at the beginning of the video, okay? That's nice. But also, the other part of the best of both worlds is Billy Bob out there, if he likes that same video, not only did I get paid from Ruger at the beginning of the video, but Billy now can directly give me $5 if he feels like the video is worth that. So I like the fact that you can almost double dip as a content provider. And you guys out there that make videos know what I'm talking about. You know, these videos are not, yeah, once you buy everything, I guess they're technically free to make, but your time is worth something. And, you know, most guys out there in the gun community or if they don't have an ammo manufacturer, they're spending money on ammo, cleaning supplies, range time, you know, a number of things. So it's not free to make these videos. I mean, you kind of got to understand where these guys come from. They're putting a lot of their own time, effort, and money into making these videos. So I really feel like, you know, like the music community, for instance, the music community has gone to nothing. Guys can't make money anymore. And think of the way the music community is. There's so little money to be made now that think of all the true artists that are really good. Think of all that. I'm just using these as examples. The Bob Marley. Wow, how is that the only name that I could think of for creative people out there? Jimmy Page's, Jimi Hendrix. You know, all these true artists out there that were really good at their trades in the music industry. What if in today's world they realize, hey, I love music and I'm really good at it, but I have 3 kids to feed and I can't make any money making music, so I'm going to go be a plumber. You know, what if somehow that happens in the industry that we're in the video industry, and we actually can do something to make a guy that's really good at the entertainment business of making videos, now he can do that full time. You see what I mean? I mean, it's good. It's good because to me, we can reward this industry, the guys who are good in the industry, and they can keep doing that. Believe me, I see a lot of good videos that I like, and I wish that people would make more of them. Sometimes they just can't, you know. They got a job they have to go tend to. So Pruvit.video, I'm very, very excited about it, guys. I would really love to see you guys go out there and create some user accounts. Again, it's totally free. It's pretty painless. We actually, the funny thing is, there's some, you know, the CAPTCHA little things to prove that you're not a robot. Like when you go to create an account, you have to put your name and all that. And the very bottom of it, we have to click like I'm not a robot. Then you have to like fill out the CAPTCHA, like the weird letters and words, numbers turned to side with little fuzzy stuff in the background to try to prove that a bot can't go out there and create these fake accounts. Man, look, I struggled with the CAPTCHA so bad. There were different things that you could do with the CAPTCHA, and I sat there one time. It's funny because Chad wasn't here, and I was working on it, trying to log in, and I had an active account that should have worked, and I couldn't get in. And I went through the CAPTCHA thing literally 12 or 13 times. And I was like, no, I'm not seeing this right all these times. Something's not right. Sure enough, there was a setting that was wrong, so nothing I could have put in there would have ever made me get in. But I sat there and fought it, and I'm like, dude, my eyes are bad, but how can they be this bad? So anyway, we do have like some safety settings in there to try to, you know, keep everything safe. You know, you'll get emails from things also. I will say this also, since we're on live, we will have a live stream setting. That's coming. We wanted to roll this thing out like it is now. The actual live stream setting I say probably, it works fine now. We just felt like we wanted to make sure that we really, really tested the rest of the system that's going to get mostly used. More of the system will get used like it's set up now. So we scaled back some of the things that we're going to be able to do on Pruvit.video so that we could test it like it is now and get a real good indicator of how it worked without having too many things thrown at it. You know what I mean? I really want you guys and all the new people that are coming on to really focus on what's there now. Once we get those little small bugs ironed out and all those little imperfections perfected, I really feel like at that point we can start introducing the new things like the live stream, like the paying the tokens to somebody because you like their content. So little things like that are going to be kind of neat. So anyway, guys, I'm totally excited about it. I am going to try to pull up all of y'all's comments and questions up to now because I know you guys have been going through here. I apologize if it seems like I've been ignoring y'all. I have not. I'm just very excited about this, and I wanted to get all of this out because it's very, very cool. Let's see. I see Jarrett's been busy deleting comments. Apparently Cobra Commander wanted to have a conversation that nobody else wanted to have. Let's Let's see. Okay, Andrew Dalton Ray says, here in Maryland, the Democrat governor candidates, oh, been jealous. What a clown. Wants to ban shotguns from Maryland because of the new paper shooter. Because of the new paper shooter used a shotgun. I think it's ridiculous. I don't know what the new paper shooter is. I don't know what you're talking about there. I mean, I apologize. I just don't know what that is. If it's a relatively new news story, I'm not familiar with it. Armament and Axes, welcome. Glad to see you. Yes, Armament and Axes asked, I kind of mentioned this earlier, if I had checked out Gunstreamer and YouTube. They will be joining as one soon. I kind of caught that on Hank's thing the other night. I didn't comment a lot about it because we have been working on ProveIt.video for quite some time. When I realized what their content was and I was on the stream, I didn't want to start talking. I didn't want to steal their thunder. You know what I mean? That's just not cool. It'd be like them coming on here right now and telling everybody, screw ProveIt.video, go to whatever, YouTube. You know, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not gonna take the fact that they had a spotlight and try to steal it to put it on us. So I was kind of quiet in that conversation. But yeah, I mean, I haven't been to their websites either, by the way. I will though. I really will. In fact, I'm probably gonna start an account there, as long as it's free. Easy Edge asked, and I don't know if he's still on here, what's the best can that is both good with performance and price? I think the Acadian Armament stuff, the Predator silencers by the Acadian Armament, you got to check those guys out. They're not far from here. They're an hour from here. I really, really like their stuff. I'll be doing some, I'm waiting for the temperatures to cool off a little bit, and I'll be doing a lot of, actually I have, let's see, one of their suppressors, one of their cans right here. Let's see, that's their Predator silencer logo right there. So yeah, I'll be doing some stuff with theirs very, very soon. Very soon. Just waiting for our temperatures to get out of 105-degree heat index right now. Let's see. This is a little over my head. Hugh asked if I can add Chromecast to the app. I will ask the tech guys. In fact, let me take a screenshot of this, of your question. I will ask about that because I don't know what that means, but I know they will know. So I'll ask. Screaming Skull, I don't know anything about the Logo Arms Alien. I just don't. I'm not familiar with that. I apologize, but I will look into that also because it's in my screenshot that I just screenshotted. Zach Briggs is here from Washington. Welcome, Zach. Glad to have you here. Mr. F&H is here. Glad to see you here as well. Let's see here. Ryan Westall asks, what do you think of Wyndham Weaponry offering stripped AR lowers? That's a beautiful thing. Let me tell you. You know my feelings on Wyndham Weaponry. Their quality is unbelievable. One of the best, if not the best gun out there, AR-15 wise. I have often asked them, because they made us a series of limited edition Legally Armed America guns. Shoot, I think I have one right here. That also has a can on it. I do. I actually have. This is a limited edition Wyndham Weaponry 308 that Wyndham made for us a couple of years ago. We designed everything. We put the handguard on it, Midwest Industries handguard. I wanted the old traditional stock on here. I kind of like some of these old school stocks, plus it's got Wyndham's logo on it. I put the, oh gosh, the Hogue grip on here. Not that I put it, I picked it, and Wyndham built this thing the way we wanted it. So, very good partners of ours. I really like them. And I asked them back then why they couldn't sell me some of these lowers with our logo on the side of it. Because I was like, man, I know I've got friends of mine that would love to buy this thing and just build their own build with your lower. The reason why they weren't offering it until now, and I don't know why the change of heart, to be honest with you, is Wyndham has one of those very unique in this industry lifetime warranties. If you weren't aware, Wyndham has a lifetime warranty. And when I asked them about selling the lowers, they said that's why. Because their thought was this whole thing, the whole thing from, except obviously the suppressor, from tip to buttstock is covered under a lifetime warranty. So if something happens to my fore end, they know they built it because that's how they sent it to me. You send the whole gun back, they fix it. Well, that limited lifetime warranty, obviously the problem was they didn't have a way, not that they couldn't do it, but they weren't serializing things with special serial numbers. So whether they made one of their wood stock guns, one of these 308s, whatever number was next in the serial numbers, it got stamped with it. So there was no way to stamp a lower that you sold as a stripped lower and give it by itself its own lifetime warranty, but not the rest of the gun. Because if you would have built a lower, a full AR-15 off of that lower, you could have theoretically sent the whole gun back and they would have repaired it, because it would have been like, well, you know, they use different things, Midwest Industries. I mean, they use other people's stuff to build their guns sometimes. So that was the problem, that you could send the gun back if they would have been selling these stripped lowers. You could have sent a lower back with all kind of other stuff and they would have felt compelled to fix it. Although there could have been an argument at that point that, hey, this wasn't ours, I'm not fixing it. But I guess their customer service is too good and they didn't want to get into that argument. I don't know what they've changed, because I talked to one of their vice presidents 2 weeks ago before they made the announcement that they were selling the strip lowers. I'm sorry, I didn't talk to him. He texted me and he told me, we're about to launch this, we're selling the strip lowers. And I was like, okay, cool, you know, very cool. I like that. I'm gonna buy a couple and build some of my own guns. So yeah, I'm very, very happy about it. I'm glad they're doing that. I don't know if they maybe are designating, and I can ask them and I'll find out, let you guys know. But apparently they must be stamping them differently, because again, so they don't get into that whole argument of you build a gun and send the whole thing back, you know, and they only sold you the lower at that point. But what a good problem to have. You know what I mean? You've got a company that they don't want to sell you a strip lower because they're fearful that they're going to end up fixing your whole gun if you send it back. That's good customer service, man. These guys, they don't play around. Wyndham Weaponry is the real deal. Let's see. Okay, Fun with Guns asked, can you add chat rooms to prove it? Kind of. As we all know, chat rooms like this, like what we're doing now, they don't exist right now. That's a very good question, by the way. I'm going to take a screenshot of that also. I don't imagine that's going to be too tough to do, but what we are going to offer at some point, because the capabilities are there, is I guess more of a delayed chat room kind of. You guys are obviously familiar with forums. We can create like a forum/group type setting to where we can take single topics and you can go in there and leave your opinions and all that kind of stuff. We will have that ability as well, and we will add that function later on. Chat rooms is not something that's been brought up before, to be honest with you. In fact, not a lot of people use chat rooms. Chat rooms are more popular nowadays in this format that we're using it now, which is on a live stream. I do believe that when we do launch the live streaming capabilities of ProveIt.video, I do believe that you will be able to do just like we're doing now and interact live with everybody. So, you know, don't quote me on that, and I can't make that promise, but I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. So that may be the extent of the chat rooms being tied to a live stream like we're all doing now. Let's see here. I'm trying to look at some of these questions. Ryan Westall says, I own 3 of the Wyndham Weaponry rifles because of the Gun Bully video. I'll buy my parts from them. Love their guns. Customer service. Thanks, Paul. Ryan, tell those guys that. Seriously, when you guys do something or spend your money because we have, even if it's mildly, if we've influenced your decision in some kind of way, let those guys know, because it's important to us that they see that there's value in what we do out here. You know, we do this, a lot of us do this out of our own pockets, you know, and sometimes we're expecting these guys to work with us on things. And if they know that y'all are really listening to us and you value our opinions, they may be a little bit more open to working with us whenever we need something. You know, maybe it's to test a product or, you know, finish out a build or something like that. So yeah, let them know. I mean, give them feedback. Tell them, hey, this is why I bought these guns. You know, it would benefit all of us. You know what I mean? Let's see. Tom L says, you got a bunch of people who got banned in here tonight by your mods. How can we sit here and talk about freedom while audience is being silenced? I don't know, because I don't know what the content of that was. If you would like to formally complain, and I mean this, you can email me at paul@legallyarmedamerica.com. Obviously, I can't see deleted comments, so I don't know what the extent of the conversation was. But, you know, if for some reason somebody feels like they have been unfairly banned or contents have been, you know, banned for whatever reason, send me a screenshot of whatever or something like that, and I'll take a look at it. My thing is we don't need trolls in here and inappropriate stuff, so that's all I can say on that. Let's see. I think, oh, it's 8:01, guys. I'm gonna bust out of here because I'm going to do some things on Prove It. I'm continuing to upload some videos on the Prove It video. So I want to put some more content out there. In fact, let me wake my computer up here so I can do that. But I really encourage you guys, if you don't mind, please go out there and use ProveIt.video. We have tried to strip it down. In fact, let me log in here. We've tried to keep it stripped down to where it's not overwhelming, because at first it could be a little bit overwhelming. We had so much stuff in here that we're like, man, we got to scale this thing back. It's too much stuff. So we did. We scaled it back, and hopefully now it's usable to where you guys can go in there and quickly and easily get to what you're looking to work with. And give me feedback. You know, you can you know, email me at paul@legallyarmedamerica.com anytime you want to. And you know, if you run across some actual bugs, send me screenshots of it. I will tell you there's one bug to look out for. One bug, and it's small, but it's bothersome to me when you see it. I may be able to duplicate it, maybe not. When you would go to a video, let's see here. For some reason, see, it's not showing up now, so it might be fixed. For some reason, the little arrow that you would press, like typically it would be like down in this corner of your video, the little play button, it would, if you went on your mobile device, not online, not on your Mac or your PC or whatever, but on your mobile device, down here where the play button would be, it would have the play button, which is kind of like the triangle, kind of like this. It would have your play button, but it also would say play over the top of it. Like it should be one or the other. Like it should either have the word play and you press it, or it should have that triangle down here and you press that, or you hit it. It had both, one overlaid over the top. Thing is, it still worked. You still press it and it worked, but it shouldn't look like that. It looked funny, it looked janky, it looked like it shouldn't be. So that was the only bug that we've actually found that we have not quite fixed yet, but everything else functions the way it's supposed to. So again, guys, please go use it. Give me your feedback. Let me know what you think. Upload content, comment on content, use all the features of it, and you know, let us know what you think. And we really look forward to you guys putting some content out there. And we're probably going to wait a couple of days before we just blast everybody and let everybody know that this is up. You guys literally are the first group that we have let know about this. So we're kind of counting on you guys to help us slowly roll this thing out before we get everybody else out there. I'm going to see you guys next week. Next Friday, hopefully. I don't think I have anything big planned. I think we'll be right back here again. I look forward to your feedback on ProveIt.video, and be looking for a whole lot of things coming from that, because we're really going to launch a massive campaign for that, to promote that. So I'll be seeing you guys. Always look forward to seeing you guys on Friday night. Again, it's flattering to me that you're willing to spend an hour of your time with us. It's a big deal to me. You know, it's nice to know that we have that many patriots out there that are this big of Second Amendment supporters, that you would be willing to spend a Friday evening with us. So, you know, my hat's off to you guys for that. Always good to see you guys, as I always say, and I'm sorry if it sounds redundant. Have a great weekend. Be safe. If you're driving, no drinking, please. If you are drinking, let a friend drive. I'm going to drink me one or two more, but I'm staying home tonight. So I'm going to be safe. I hope you guys will also, because we do want to see you back here next Friday night. We'll see you guys. Have a safe weekend, a great weekend. Try to stay cool. Cool weather's right around the corner. So is football season. We will see you guys next week.